welcome people here today in front of these train tracks because these tracks carry these explosive oil trains right through the city of Milwaukee. And we're here to say that people have a right to know what's going by our doors, our apartments, our businesses, our homes, where we work, where we go to school. We need to know what's in these trains, when they're coming, and what we can do to deal with this serious safety issue.
Milwaukee faces a pipeline on rails, an unannounced and often secretive flow of crude oil trains carrying highly flammable North Dakota Bakken crude oil to refineries on the east and west coasts. Crude oil trains that use this track are part of a massive increase in crude oil rail traffic that is flooding our nation's railway system. And the results have been horrifying. Train after train has derailed and exploded, sending spectacular fireballs high into the sky. Firefighters have little choice but to wait for the fires to burn out. One of these explosions killed 47 people in Lac-Mégantic, Quebec in July 2013. Today, with a derailment and explosion a week for the last month, one as close to Milwaukee as Galena, Illinois, the dangers are clear. What's at stake here is a citizen's fundamental right to know, and also fundamental right to expect that government bodies will take reasonable action to protect their lives and their sense of well-being. This is not the train system that we grew up with. This is a massive change in the last few years, and it requires an immediate response.
I'm new to Milwaukee. I picked this neighborhood because I like trains. I live in that building right there. And then one day I started noticing these oil trains coming through. And I wonder, there must be laws that prohibit storage of explosive chemicals. And I looked it up. There are laws that prohibit the storage of explosive chemicals within a certain number of miles from residences. But here we have a train that transports up at least 1 million gallons per train coming through here. In really fragile containers, going at least 10 miles per hour, and then coming through within a few yards of that building. If you can just look at that building, only a few yards. So that definitely not safe. So that we should do something about this.
These oil trains are exploding. The explosions this past month averaged once a week. Why are they exploding? What's happening? There's a huge increase in the number of oil trains in the past 5 years. Huge flood of Bakken oil that's coming out of North Dakota, which is highly explosive. And there's no degasification of this oil. 1 million barrels of oil per day moved on 135 trains of 100 cars or more in the U.S. every day, and they plan to increase that by 5 times. If one derailed here, what would it mean? A huge fireball that could go 20 stories high, a half-mile blast zone where people would really be in serious danger, a 1-mile evacuation route on either side of the tracks, and they predict 200 deaths in an urban area like this. We call for the citizens' right to know. When are these trains coming? What are they carrying? What type of tank car are they in? What speed are they going? Why are they going through our neighborhoods? We demand safer tank cars with double shells and rollover protection and better braking systems and reduce speeds everywhere. The reduced length of the trains. We need improved maintenance of our tracks and bridges. We need to degasify that oil and so that it's less explosive. And we need to enforce strict federal safety regulations. In 2014, only 15% of the 94,000 tankers used met the new safety requirements. We have serious questions about this. People's lives are at stake right here in Milwaukee.
My name is Terry Hess. My connection here is simply because I have a grandson who I love more than anybody else in the world. Maybe my wife would be right up there. But he's 13 months old and I've never had, this is my first grandson, and I can't imagine the kind of love, it's just unbelievable. He lives inside the blast zone in Wauwatosa. So once a week what I do is I stand on the corner of 70th and State right by the Outpost store, right where the train tracks go through Wauwatosa, and I've counted you see these train cars, and so that's what I do, and that's my personal connection. Just a couple of weeks ago when it was really cold, a woman kind of walked by across the other side of the street. She saw my sign and she said, "There's nothing you can do to stop it." But I thought to myself, I really believe that I joined 350.org because people have been at this for a long time and we can stop it and we will stop it. And the final point that I always remember at my old age is what Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you very much.
Stop the bomb train! Stop the bomb train! Stop the bomb train!